back in here. Swear YouTube. All right, so shout out to everybody, man. MDO podcast, episode 5, man. We in this build. We in this thing, man. We in this thing, man. So yeah, man. I just seen. I shout out to DJ Academics, man. He just did his yearly wrap up for 2025. Um, and he gave out his awards. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love doing this. What I do. I love doing this. What I do. And it's a lot of people like him, Joe Rogan, certain people that just inspire me, bro. You know. So I had a lot of fun. I've been running. I was running around all morning, running around. I had to do a million things. So when I finally got a chance to sit down, get a bite to eat, um, I was fortunate enough to catch the whole stream. And when you do what I do, when you do a lot, and you do and you in the content creation field, it gets draining. So you need people to when you spend so much of your time trying to entertain others, to get entertained is a treat. And I'm not the most entertaining in the world by no means. Yeah, I try to be for you guys, but I work on that. One thing I want you to know is I'm working from sun up to sundown to try to improve the channel and try to bring y'all the best of whatever information, the best energy, the best whatever I can, you know. So we're about to get into it, man. All right, so we're gonna. This was fun, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is why I love this shit, man. This was real fun watching this stream. Had a real good time, man. So hopefully I like it too. I didn't put it on when academics had it on because um I don't know. Man, I don't know why I didn't put it on as soon as I don't know. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why. I forgot why. I forgot why, bro. But all right, let's get into it, man. This was dope. Okay, so we're gonna get into the categories first, and then we're gonna name the winners or losers to a certain degree, however you want to say, depending on how you look at it. And got my spliff, got some spliffs, roll me some spliffies up. All right, let's get into it, bro. So we're gonna start with the first award. First award was the most valuable player. The second award was the most improved player. The third award was most consistent player. The fourth award was the next superstar in line. The fifth award was the moment of the year. The sixth award was rookie of the year. The seventh award was underground YN of the year. The eighth award, biggest event of the year. The ninth award, most influential. 10th, highest achiever. 11th, biggest fall off award. 12th, overcame the most award. And last but not least, the 13th, biggest fumble award. Okay. So, let's get into the winners or losers, depending on how you look at it. Let's get into the winners, because if you was on this list and you didn't like where you placed that, then you just gotta do better, bro. So you got a spliff, light it up. You got a drink, pour it up. If you don't do nothing, that's cool. Just get comfortable and we in this thing. Okay, so the most valuable player award went to NBA YoungBoy. Now, I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't understand how NBA YoungBoy makes money. Everybody that say they rock with him is retarded, and I say that to say, who the hell knows what he's saying? Let me tell you, bro. I done heard so many rappers in my life, bro. I done heard so many rappers in my life, bro. We had Migos with the mumble rap. We had, Cash Money with the southern drawl. Or who else? You want to name this? You know, we had a lot of people with this crazy accents. But if you could tell me you understand, only people who I give a pass to for listening to NBA YoungBoy is if you either from down deep down south, or you from like Baton Rouge, or you gotta be from deep down south, or like a Mississippi, a place like that. Those people, yeah, y'all can listen. They can listen to NBA YoungBoy because they know what he's saying, and they know all them you know, slang or whatever. I don't understand what that nigga saying, bro. I'm sorry. I haven't even heard. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you, right? I never heard a good NBA YoungBoy song, bro. I never heard him with a big hit song, like one that. Okay, let me tell you, bro. His NBA YoungBoy's career, NBA YoungBoy's career is weird to me, right? But it's good because his career is sort of like how I want to say how social media is now, or just how the world is now. Like you can start your own podcast from your garage and be bigger than Channel 7 in your local city. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you don't need a big corporation or a big anything behind you, a big machine behind you anymore. That's the word. But so it's good that he got his own little cult following, and that's cool. That's cool, whatever. But I'm saying this: think of everybody who you know who's a rapper or a singer. No, and take your time. Think of everybody who you know who's a rapper or a singer, mega successful, medium success, whatever. They all got that one song that you know. Right or wrong? They don't all got that one song that you know? They don't all got that one song that's like, okay, that's his marquee song. What was Drake marquee song? Well, Drake got so many. You could probably throw it into, and I don't like doing shit like this unless I have it written down already or a plan. Best he ever had. I don't like doing that. I'm not gonna do that. Like I said, every celebrity has a marquee. Every celebrity has a marquee moment, marquee movie, marquee song, marquee something. The only thing I know that YoungBoy has a marquee of is going to jail. Now he's successful, yeah, but this is the basis of the argument I'm trying to make about YoungBoy. I've never seen somebody so big who don't have at least. I don't like Kendrick Lamar, but I know I can give you about three Kendrick Lamar songs that I know from front to back, and that I know like. So what I'm trying to say is I've never seen an artist be as big as he is, and he don't have that one song like, oh, and maybe he do. Well, I'm sure he does, but like I said, I don't understand what the hell dude is saying. And let's talk about. I want to talk about YoungBoy. This was supposed to be its own little live, but while we here, fuck it. So in the black, my bad. So he had he was capping with that whole concert in Chicago, and let me tell you, Chicago, a lot of Chicago natives really surprised me on how they was championing and welcoming. Now I know Vaughn had ops, and I know everybody wasn't on. I know it was people that wasn't on nobody's side, and I know it was people that did choose sides. I'm aware of that. But like I said, like I'm glad they didn't let him perform there, man. That would have been a bad look, bro. And I honestly think if they would have let him perform there, I honestly feel like it's rare that I do this. I honestly feel like even though it wasn't said, let's say if the concert was on the 12th, right? A lot of people on both on all parties, all camps was talking cash shit, but especially Young Boy and them, they was talking the most. But I guarantee you, bro, towards like the date before then, the threats probably became something that was too much to ignore. And if Young Boy would have did the concert, he would have somebody, if not him, somebody else would have definitely died. That's a fact. And he ended up knowing that. It would have been no way they would have let him. Now some people would say I'm capping, and some people say I'm wrong. And that's cool. That's your opinion, but I feel like if he would have did that concert, then he would have definitely somebody would have got him together. And I don't rock with Young Boy, bro. I don't like him. I don't rock with him. Shout out to him because I support any black man or black person doing what they gotta do, but nah, I don't rock with him. So, all right, on to the next award, man. This DJ Academics 2025 end of the year wrap up. Follow him on his platform. Excuse me. All right, most improved player. Most improved player award goes to G Herbo, and I was happy, bro. I was happy that G Herbo got this award. It's sad. I've always felt like and I'm gonna bring up a little bit what Academics brought up, and I didn't agree with Academics, but I'm gonna bring up a little bit what he brought up. He was bringing up he was saying something to the effect of every rapper or singer has a different tier that they're in, and he was putting G Herbo in that C tier. But I was surprised because I thought if somebody's gonna put him in any tier, it would be a B tier or a B minus tier, but not a C tier. But this year he was putting the A tier, and on top of the A tier, I always felt like somebody else was making a point that I want to touch on. They was saying that with Dirk in jail, and G Herbo making that and G Herbo having the year that he's had, it's sad. But Dirk was one of the maybe it would appear that Dirk was always in the way, or not always in the way, but Dirk was in G Herbo's way a lot of the time from getting to the success that he's at now. Maybe I'm not sure, but I know that with Dirk being gone, G Herbo has definitely filled a lot of that lane as one of Chicago's premier artists. And I want to say that I want to defend. I don't want to be biased. I want to defend Herbo a little bit right now. I want to say that, okay, you could say to a person like Academics, whose knowledge on certain things in music definitely goes hundreds and hundreds of times, feet. I mean, hundreds. He has more of a knowledge. He has more knowledge on certain parts of hip hop than I do. Should I say? Scratch that. And where some people would look at G Herbo as a C tier artist because they, I don't know, maybe don't resonate. Oh no, I didn't blow some of my weed away, son. No, the fuck I didn't, boy. Oh my god. Oh my god, I ain't never did no shit like that in my life, my nigga. Oh my god, son. I blew some of my weed away, bro. Oh my god, I don't even know why I even did. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what. I'm trying to think, like, was I trying to blow some ashes from over here? Damn. That was some dumb nut shit, blood. Damn, son. Alright, that's what I was saying. Damn. Alright, okay, yeah, we was talking about G Herbo. But, yeah, I felt like, Little Dirk was in his way of, getting that #1 spot in Iraq for a little while, and when him gone, it's sad, but G Herbo filled that spot, and I was happy because I always been a huge G Herbo fan, and I always defended him because I still feel like a lot of people overlook him, and he has that. And it's sad that he'd be one of them people that like they won't give him his props until he's dead. Like, so say if he was to die right now, I don't want that to happen. But say if he was, then they'd be like, oh, you know, Herbo this, Herbo that. But this was the one year, or despite with everything happening in music right now, Herb was definitely what's the word? He was a bright spot right in hip hop right now, and I'm happy he got the award. He ruled the summer, bro. He ruled the summer. And I went a lot of places, and I was happy to hear my boy he ruled the summer, bro. He ruled the summer, bro. So, all right, let's get into most consistent player award, and that went to Playboy Cardi. Now, I like Playboy Cardi. My favorite Playboy Cardi song, I can't lie, will have to be the one with him and what's dude name? RP him. Pop Smoke. Um, Playboy Cardi. I'm trying to be as transparent as I can with what I'm gonna say about him right now. All right, so Playboy Cardi, cult following. Is the problems that I have with him, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro, and it's just my opinion. I feel like I like the way he dresses better than he raps. I like his life better than his music, if that makes sense. And but some would say that's a part of the game right now. That's all the package deal. So as far as next superstar in line, I mean, he had. If it was one person, okay, you know what though? Let's take a pause for a minute, right? I wanted to talk about gatekeeping in hip hop, but I wanted to touch on something that academics were saying in the stream. Something about he was having a hard time picking who was going to be the next artist to be big, and well, the next superstar in line, because the superstars that we have now are let's say Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole, right? And he was saying that basically they're getting older, and there's not that many people online to replace them. You know, so but this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I say to that. Should I say the gatekeeping in hip hop that has gone on for all these years has definitely took a toll, because now we look at some of our hip hop stars, and in this the reason why he had such a hard time naming who was going to be the next superstar in line is just because of how a lot of things were handled as far as hip hop. And this is the one thing I will say, and I'm very disappointed, bro. I'm very disappointed, right? There's so many dope MCs, bro. There's so many dope MCs. There's so many, there's so many this artistically gifted people that I hate that we got cheated out of so much good, this talent, especially with music, you know. And one thing I don't understand about the world, I mean, I understand it, but the one thing I hear about the world, bro, like, and I'm trying not to get too spaced out while I'm talking about this, because it really, some things are not meant for you to understand. But this is what I say: nothing can be even. Nothing can be. We can't all coexist. Nothing could be just. Nothing could just be. What's the word? Just smooth, man. Like, I remember Snoop Dogg was saying he did 1 billion streams but only received $40,000. And everything in the world is nothing. And I've been complaining about this for the last couple months, but I've stopped as of recent, because if you can't change something, there's nothing you can do. But basically, everybody's trying to cheat. Everybody's trying to get over. What if we had? It should be no reason why. It's no reason why most of all the people who we loved as far as celebrities, at this point, a lot of them are broke or don't have any money or don't. It's just, and that's mostly because, all right, you could say, oh well, they got the chance to get this type of money and they blew it. Yeah, but I mean, how many of us really have somebody to teach us money management? And if they was awarded all of their money, then, or maybe if it was a program where they would have had to where, okay, you get, if we supposed to give you $10 million, we give you 3 point something $1 million, and at a later date we give you this money. I don't know, but this is what the point I'm trying to basically make is, all right, and this is I don't, maybe this is the reason why I felt so much in life, and I gotta be more of a tyrant per se, but that shit just don't make sense, bro. That shit just don't make sense, bro. Like how that shit just don't make sense. Let's get to the next award, bro. Yeah, that's we're gonna make a whole live about that. Like, um, look at this situation as far as artists not receiving their money. It's no reason why if an album sells $10 million, the artist should get maybe 800,000 of that, or maybe 1 million of that, and the company gets 9 million. That never made sense to me, bro. Like I never got that, and that's how the streaming thing is. That's how a lot of business and a lot of way things are in this country just don't make sense to me, and sometimes I don't, I can go in circles just trying to make it make sense, so I don't. So let's get to the next award, like I was saying, most consistent player, and that award goes to Gunna. How do I feel about that? I know a little bit about Gunna. The most I know about him is the so-called snitch situation. So I don't have a long. I won't be long-winded with this pick. But what I will say is this. I think I think Gunna, besides the snitching allegations and besides a lot of other things that I heard that I didn't like. I think um I think Gunna's a cool dude as far as just the way he carry himself. Got a lot of swag to him. He's a what's the word? It's come to writing and being in that studio, man. Dude is this fire when it comes to creating tracks and making new music. He's definitely up next. I'm surprised he wasn't well, no, I don't think. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised he wasn't I'm surprised he didn't win the next superstar line from Playboy Cardi. So yeah, as far as Gunna, bro, I don't really have that much to say about Gunna, bro. Besides he just been grinding. Everything I hear from him as far as music wise been good. So let's get to moment of the year, bro. Moment of the year. Big bad moment of the year. So moment of the year went to Kendrick Lamar and the Super Bowl performance. I don't like Kendrick Lamar, and anybody that knows hip hop, everybody knows the Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Kendrick conspiracy with the Super Bowl. And if you don't know, you can Google it. It's not nothing that's a secret. And I agree with it as moment of the year, but I just hate that it came at an expense of Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne doing the Super Bowl would have been so big. Like, Jay-Z just really, man, Jay-Z really stuck it to Wayne big time this year. So yeah, Kendrick, man, he's the fake people's champ in my book. I'll never be able to really sit here and really champion Kendrick. Like I said, I like him. I like his music more than NBA YoungBoy, of course, but he's a goofy too. I don't really rock with Kendrick Lamar like that, bro. But he maybe did have the moment of the year, even though they stole it from Wayne. Gotta give him his props, Rookie of the year, I can't talk too much about Big X the Plug. I don't know that much about him. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm surprised he won the award, but he did. Yeah, I don't know hardly anything about Big X the Plug that much. I hear good things. And yeah, so Underground YN of the Year. And this one I liked. I actually liked. Um, this is the one thing. This is why I really rock with Act a lot of times. He was fair. He's not biased. EBK Jabo won Underground YN of the Year, and let me tell you, I actually been a big EBK Jabo fan for a lot of years. I'm a big anybody. Okay, so one thing about me, right? I'm big on music. I know a lot of music, a lot of different. I'm big on music. Um, a lot of celebrities in my family know the business, so trust me. When it comes to music, I'm well versed in a lot of things music, bro. So just throwing it out there. So all right, EBK Jabo won Underground YN of the Year, bro. I was happy to hear that. Um, when I see people like EBK Jabo win this award, it gives me that feel of like, watching the NBA and you see a player that like back in the day you used to see a European player like Dirk Nowitzki win MVP or something like that. You'd be like, damn, my boy, who I didn't know nobody was really giving shine to. He putting on, and people giving him his props. That's what's up. Like, so I'm a big EBK Jabo fan. He got a lot going on with him, bro. And dude is a real dude, man. EBK Jabo, I'm hoping that it's sad, right? Because we want our artists to live the real street life, but then when they get in trouble, we call them dumb. That's definitely a I'm gonna save that. That's gonna be a whole live we're gonna do, bro. We're gonna do a whole live on that, on the hypocrisy in hip hop. So yeah, Underground YN of the Year. Bad to see EBK Jabo getting that recognition. Definitely a real one. Shout out to him. Go check out his music. So we're gonna get to, and we're at almost the half of the list, guys. So okay, we still got time. We at biggest event of the year award, and that award goes to Diddy, P Diddy, man. And okay, right, how I feel about this award? Yeah, definitely was the biggest, man. It was the biggest event of the year. I still can't get over. I still can't believe what I seen. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, and I'm disappointed. I don't wanna offend anybody, bro. I don't wanna offend anybody. So I'm trying to be careful what I say, right? I'm gonna say this. I was very disappointed that so much was done over. I mean, we had the major event in the whole case that I seen that was with him kicking Cassie. Okay, that's the only thing. Other than that, everything else is people being grown and doing what they do, whatever it is they do, and that's none of nobody's business, none of our business, And I watched the justice system. Ah, man, see, once I start, let me tell you, bro. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on. I don't know about this with the streaming and all this. I be cooking and I be saying some real shit, but then it be times when it just cut off. And then we didn't get a chance to talk about the Lost Live episode. We did talk about it. Matter of fact, we did talk about it in a few one of my podcasts from prior, maybe episode 2 or 3, whatever, I don't know. But that episode was a scary episode because I was really cooking, and we was talking about like the O Block trial and the feds and this, and then like as soon as it started cooking, we lost the live for a minute. I think that was just a glitch or something like that. But like I said, that was like a weird live. We ended up deleting that. I ended up deleting that episode. It was we got real deep. We got real deep, bro. But that episode, we lost it. It took us a day to get it back. We got the episode back, but it was so much going on. I felt like that would have been maybe too. Let me tell you, with this YouTube or in this social media space, and just being in entertainment, period now. You know how when you see the basketball players and when you see people now, you be like, oh, everybody's so sensitive, everybody's so this. That really is how it is, bro. You don't want to have beef with nobody, bro. You don't want to have problems with nobody. That's why even you see the streams now. I be having a lot of dope stuff I be want to do, but people work too hard to. I bust my ass every day for y'all, bro. So whoever's listening to this, I don't know, maybe only one person might hear it, but if only one person hears this, then I did it for you. I bust my ass every day, bro. And you don't need a person that works hard at what they do. You don't need to deal with nonsense from people that don't even hardly care about nothing or nothing, especially the things that you're doing. So a lot of times, it's only, like I said, it's only a few people I rock with in this YouTube thing, and I be want to do more as far as stream goes, but I gotta protect myself, and nobody gonna do that. I don't right now. I'm not like some of these people who I got 1,000 lawyers and I can fight some of this. I don't want to go through that. So a lot of times that's why we do the streams where we do them. There's no copyright. There's no copyright this, and there's no problems. And there's no So you just gotta be careful. So let's go to the I'm gonna stay on Diddy a little bit more. So I was saying, and when it comes down to the list, excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was two categories that could have really got. It was two categories that could have really had the winners changed, and it really wouldn't have meant nothing. But I want to say two categories that was kind of real tricky was moment of the year and biggest event of the year. I think either Kendrick Lamar and Diddy, they both could have. Either one of them could have got either one. But yeah, with that Diddy trial, that I feel like I feel like with that Diddy trial, I have to talk about that with you guys. It would need its own live, bro. Because I felt like it was a lot behind that, and there's no way to really prove some of the allegations. But I felt like it was like. I felt like it honestly was like a humiliation ritual, some shit like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know how we're adults, right? So to be an adult and watch something and you don't understand what you're watching necessarily, it gives you the thought of, okay, something is definitely nefarious was going. It has to be something of nefarious nature, because if I'm an adult and I'm watching something and I don't understand how something is happening, then it has to be something wrong going on. And when I say that, I say, okay, we have, like I said, he assaulted Cassie, but last time I checked, she got like $30 million for that. So the fact that he still went to jail, and I don't know, let's not spend too much time on that. Let's go to the next award, most influential. I don't know Cash Cobain. I've heard of him a little bit. I didn't do my homework. For me to be, I should have, like I said, I didn't expect Cash Cobain and Big X to plug. I've heard of them, but I got to do my homework on them. I didn't expect them to win these awards. So the fact that I don't have my homework done, that I apologize to y'all, MDO Nation. So but yeah, shout out to him. He won the most influential award, Cash Cobain. So let's go with the next award. The highest achiever award went to Glorilla. Now, I was real happy about her winning this award. Glorilla been through a lot of ups and downs, and we all thought she was gonna fall off, and her career was about to be over, in 2 seconds. But she was resilient, and she just, she got in that studio and she just kept making good music, man. And the highest achiever award, I'm glad she won that one. She needed some. Everybody needs to get their flowers, bro. It shouldn't take a death or a tragedy happen for somebody to notice you or notice your greatness. We gotta, as a society, we gotta get better with that. Period. So let's go to the biggest fall off award. I like this award because And I like that Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not a fan of Meg Thee Stallion. I do not like Meg Thee Stallion a lot. Um, I don't like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm trying to watch what I say. But the contestants for I felt like this award was fun too because the contestants they had were Meg Thee Stallion, Rowdy Rich. Um, who were the other contestants? Ice Spice and who was the fourth one? They had Meg Thee Stallion, Rowdy Rich. I forgot who the fourth one was. Ice Spice and whoever the fourth. Oh, the baby. Okay. So I felt like the person who should have won the award. All right, boom. The fact that Meg Thee Stallion, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The fact that Meg Thee Stallion got Tory Lanez locked up for no reason, bro. I won't, I don't want to say I want all bad for her, but she deserved to win something bad in the public eye because she made Tory Lanez look horrible in the public eye. But this, I honestly don't like Megan Thee Stallion, but I kind of disagree with that. The biggest person who fell off was I think it maybe I want to say Rowdy Rich. I kept going between Rowdy Rich and Megan Thee Stallion, but it might have been the baby. Because at least with Rowdy Rich, I heard a project from him maybe, well, recently. I want to say in the last 60 days, 70 days, 80 days, I heard rumblings from him because big in hip hop as far as researching and networking and blah blah blah. But it's the person who I think fell off the most had to be the baby. I thought it was Roddy Rich, but even though Meg Thee Stallion won the award, I thought it was Roddy Rich, but it was the baby. Okay, I mean I think it was the baby. That's who I felt should have won the award, the baby. He just fell off a cliff. But Meg Thee Stallion, man, yeah, like that thing with Tory Lanez hurt her, bro. And even with that, I feel like that's a conspiracy behind that too. I feel like I heard the rumblings that since Tory Lanez did that whole independent album and he didn't want to sign with Roc Nation, that situation happened, and he wasn't set up to be sent to jail. But once that situation happened, it was like, oh, okay, we can get this guy out of here without pulling a fake car accident, or some Paul Walker shit. So that was the way to get him back. So yeah, man. Meg Thee Stallion, I'm done with her. I mean, before the Tory Lanez situation, I wasn't really too big on her for certain things, and some of them were out of her control. So I let it go. As far as when she was twerking at the presidential election, I thought that made black people look so bad, bro. And a lot of other black people said the same thing, and made us look so bad, bro. Like every time something anytime a black woman is on camera, she gotta shake her butt. That's what Megan Thee Stallion. That's the impression I felt like Megan Thee Stallion gave us as a culture to the country when the presidential election was on. That's just my opinion. It's my show, and yeah, it's my drill opinion. Yeah, it's my opinion. That's it. And a lot of people felt that. A lot of people. Let me tell you something, right? And I didn't get a chance to speak on this. I had on one of my Instagram pages one of my old Instagram pages I caught a lot of flack about the President Trump situation. But I'm gonna say this, right? It wasn't that I was going for Trump. It was that a lot of black people who are influential in this country don't even know. They know what twerking is, of course, but when they seen that, they was looking like, hey, what the heck is this? Like that's not all. This is my thing, right? It's just like this. It's like when you see a horror movie. Anytime a black person in a horror movie, they shouldn't have to do a dance, or they shouldn't have to be the hit one. Like that's what I'm saying. We as a culture, we can't get typecasted. And I forgot who I was talking to about that. I was talking to somebody about that. I was telling them, I'm like, black people, we're everything. We're everything. You got your Vin Raines type of black people. You got your Debo type of black people. You got your nerd Albert Einstein type of black people. You got your, you got all types. But this is why I say this. Now some of you might say, duh. Wait, hold on. Let me explain. You got all types of black people, but more often than not, when you go into the media, you only getting shown one type. Now they're doing a lot better with that as of in the last 3 or 4 years, 5 years. They're doing a lot better. But yeah, man. So let's get to, because we're closing in on 40 minutes. We have 40 minutes already. Let's wrap this up soon. Biggest fall off of, no, we already did biggest fall off. Overcome the most award. Um, I like this one. I like this one. Drake won the award. I didn't see this one for some. I'm mad. Oh damn, I didn't see this one, bro. Drake won this award. I didn't see this one, dude. I'm pissed off, bro. Drake won this award, and honorable mention was Meek Mill, and I'm not too bad about that. Well, you know what? You could say that. I mean, they both. Yeah, you could say that. I like this one. I didn't catch this. I didn't catch this part of the award show. Um, Drake has. Well, I don't know what's okay. I'm gonna be real, bro. I like the award. I like that he threw Drake in there. I like that he threw. Some of these people in the list got thrown in the last minute, and I'm not mad about that. Who got thrown in the last minute? I think the people who got thrown in the last minute was Drake, EBK Jabo, and I want to say maybe Big X the Plug. But anyway, um, Drake is back. Drake is such a big star that it doesn't. Luckily, he could drop a project and it just go. What his numbers would be, something that would be like maybe down to him to another artist would be super big. So, Drake is good. But as far as overcame, I can't say overcame because I want to be real about Drake, right? I want to be real about the Drake situation. I feel like Drake is definitely hurt and surprised. Not surprised, but it came to him as a shock. He even made a song about it. He even made a song about how, like, I forgot the name of it, but it was something to the effect of, like, damn, I didn't even know that. I didn't know. It's something like that. He basically saying, like, I didn't know I had beef with you dudes like that. I didn't know that me helping you, you probably looked at it me helping you, you probably looked at it as I was stunting on you. Basically, that's how the song was. That's some of the things that the song was alluding to. So, my problem with that award is, Drake didn't come back with a hit yet. And Drake, I feel like still has some type of resentment towards the media. And to me, he doesn't look like Drake. Like, he's still there, but I feel like, and he has every right to feel the way he feels, because it's basically like, okay, if you're gonna fight, it's like if you're gonna fight somebody, and I'm trying to articulate it good. I'm trying to articulate it the best way I can for you guys, right? Okay, I'll say this. What Drake doesn't realize is, sometimes when you're winning a lot, and even if you fighting, say you're fighting with somebody and they only get 1 or 2 more hits than you, if people want you to lose, and then they have something that they can use for that, then that's what they're gonna use. And even if UMG, whatever Kendrick's record label is, even if they did bot the situation, get a whole bunch of bots and do this and do that to make Drake lose that battle, the public was ready for Drake to lose anyway. Like, the public was ready for Drake to lose. So, however anybody defeated him, a lot of people were happy with that, and I just think that Drake would more so be like, okay, if I just got my A kicked in this battle, that'd be one thing, and then you guys champion somebody, that'd be one thing, but he cheated and you guys goaded him, and I think that's just how we are as humans, bro. I feel like that. Like, once you get too much power to a certain degree, people feel away. All right, so we're gonna close this out, and we have one more. We have one more award to give out. The biggest fumble award. This award goes to Young Thug, and I definitely would have to agree with him, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be too long-winded on the Young Thug situation. Young Thug definitely did fumble a lot for himself. it felt like the beef that he had was stupid. He what's his dude name? What's his dude name who died? Who used to be with him all the time? Rich Homie Quan. The situation with Rich Homie Quan and Baby and I feel like he just handled so many situations wrong and got away with it for so long, and then it just finally the chickens came back home to roost, and you know he is just looking crazy for him now. Then to top it off, they try to turn everybody against Gunna, and then not everybody is turned against you. What a conundrum to be in, man. But yeah, man, this is our show, man. This is our show, man. I'm gonna be back later tonight. Episode 5, man. I have fun watching this. I maybe should have done this. I didn't have a stream. I don't have too many streams where I usually have a stream where we're listening to something and I'm chiming in. But I don't want you guys to feel cheated. Or God, I don't want you guys to think I'm a rookie. I've been doing this forever. I just had to start another page. I wanted a stream where I could just kick it with y'all from the front, from the beginning to the end. So we won't have that many streams like this, but we'll have some streams where I'm just just kicking it with y'all and we getting it in. But yeah, man, this MDO podcast episode 5. I'm not the voice of YouTube streets. We're the voice of YouTube streets. Everybody, this whole nation, this whole MDO family, here you're important. If you're not important nowhere else, here you are important. So I want to say thank you for everybody for joining the live. Be strong, be resilient, and until the next one, man. I'm out. Love y'all.